Hi, I'm Mara. Welcome to my Utopia. Today is April 4th, 2017. I had VSG, vertical sleeve gastrectomy, surgery on August 15th, 2016. My highest recorded weight was 300 pounds. My surgery date weight was 250 pounds. My weight today is probably somewhere around 186. I did not weigh myself today. I weighed myself yesterday and that's what I was. And my goal weight is between 140 and 180. So my hormones are a little out of control, hence the giant zit on my chin. It's an interesting thing because I've had PCOS for over 10 years, and I really haven't ovulated for most of that time. And because I had I was being treated with metformin, and then about 8 years ago I had uterine ablation, so I was probably still ovulating but didn't really know it, didn't have my period or anything like that. So it's interesting to me to actually, now having lost all this weight, to now starting to get my cycle. And I was wondering, I need to look this up or ask somebody, but I wonder if, because I probably didn't ovulate for that long, I wonder if that will keep me from going into menopause until later in my life, because I will have not ovulated basically for, maybe for 10 years. I mean, who knows? And I think, and I'm not really, honestly, science is not my specialty, but I was thinking that I wonder if the reason you hit menopause is because you run out of eggs. If women, obviously women doing menopause, run out of eggs, and that's the reason they hit menopause. So I guess I should ask somebody or find out or look up, or maybe you know the answer. So a couple new things. I have a new background. If you've been here before, you might notice slightly different. This is a quilt that I made in high school with my mother. I did all the painting on it. It's marbleized painting. And I won some awards in high school and college with it. My mom did all the sewing because I do not know really how to sew. I mean, I have a sewing machine and I do sew some of my own clothes and stuff sometimes, but mainly it's just simple stuff. And definitely back then I didn't know how to sew. The other new thing is that I colored my hair, which actually with this background, it's kind of hard to see, but John, what do you think? So you wanted bright blue. This is more of a medium blue, mid-tone. It's as close as pastel as I have ever done. Okay, I turned off some lights up there so maybe you can see it a little better. And I think it's okay. Everything on my head seems to turn more turquoise than blue. I don't know if that's just my natural way of doing things, my body's natural way of processing the color. And also, I'd gotten a haircut last week, so that's why I'd asked for suggestions for color of my hair. I don't really like to color it things like brown. I was a brunette most of my life, and so I will occasionally color it black, or cold tones, and generally no warm tones. So I have some orange, some carrot orange upstairs that I think could make some nice highlight or difference with the other colors, but I don't think I'd ever go full orange. One day I hope to be able to grow it out and do rainbow. Anyway, John, what do you think? VSG tree. Yay. Goes, my eyes are actually more turquoise than any other color. Last year I went through all my different colors and I combined colors to try and figure out what color my eye, because I wanted to match my eye color, and it turned out to be more turquoise. I have what they refer to as blue-green hazel eyes, because my eyes change from blue to green quite often, and depending on what I'm wearing and my mood and things. Let's see what else. Oh, I've been so busy today. I went to physical therapy for my shoulder. Still hurt from the car accident back at the last day of November. Go to my doctor tomorrow to find out if what the next stage is, if there's more tests, if there's more PT, or if it has to have some sort of surgery. And I wanted to show you that my Nice shirt. I'm not single, but I love flamingos. I love the shirt. And it's a size medium, so I love that. On Instagram, look below, last week I took a picture of everything that I ate and drank, and I posted it on there, kind of as a way to keep myself in track, and just because some people like to know what people are eating. And my big problem has been from the beginning, has been drinking enough fluids. And so that really helped me to realize how little I was drinking some days. But, I think I've gotten better. Anyway, what was I saying? Oh, back to why I'm a little scattered. So after PT, I went to a local coffee place, and I don't drink caffeine. Very, very rarely do I ever drink caffeine. And so I asked for a half-calf coffee with sugar-free caramel. And I don't think they got the half part. I think it was full calf. So in the 3 hours since I've gotten home from physical therapy, well, I went to 2 stores. I went shopping at 2 stores, and I came home and I made 3 different kinds of cookies, and I've made sugar-free coconut ice cream. And I still have probably 2 more kinds of cookies to go. Whether I'll get them done today or not, I don't really know. Got to see if the caffeine wears off or not. I'm kind of wondering now. I don't know if I'm in a stall, but I'm wondering if I have gotten to my set point, if this is where my body wants to be. Because as I've talked about many times in the past, if you're new, I'll tell you, that in high school, the thinnest that I was in the 180s. That was my senior year. And, somewhere, I don't know, 180 to 180, I don't know. Anyway, in the 180s. And I had to work really hard. I gave up food, basically, and drank a bunch of caffeine and sugar, and took caffeine pills, and ate very, very little. I ate protein, mainly, but I did eat very little. Really unhealthy way to do it, but c'est la vie. So now I've gotten to this point in the 180s, and I've been here for 4 or 5 weeks. Maybe I'll get lower, maybe I won't. The other thing is, last week I said I was going to go to the gym. Did not get to the gym to work out. However, I did go to the gym, the one I was interested in joining, which is part of the University of North Carolina system gym, and they have their physical therapists and their trainers and I don't know, different people. And so I got there and I asked a bunch of questions about water aerobics. That's my main focus right now, because I'm still having balance issues because of the car accident and resulting concussion. I got my MRI results back last week. I might have talked about this, I can't even remember. Because one of the things is that I have white matter damage in my brain, which may or may not be permanent, that it makes me forget things quite easily, forget words, forget what I was talking about, forget names, and it makes me have balance issues. So my big thing about going to the gym is there's a lot of hard surfaces in a gym. A lot of metal, a lot of concrete, a lot of very sharp metal machines, really, if you look at it from somebody's point of view who tends to fall over a lot because of the balance issues. So I'm going to try and do water aerobics and maybe some leg exercises, but even walking around a track, even an indoor track, can be kind of problematic, because I do fall or lose my balance quite often. I haven't fallen to the ground in a little while, mainly because I don't go out very far from my house, like in the neighborhood, without my husband, because if I start to lose my balance, I grab hold of him. And anyway, so I don't want to do that on hard surfaces if I can help it. And so water aerobics seems the safest thing to do. So they have water aerobics classes like 2 to 3 times a day, and so that's really cool. And like I said, it's only like maybe 10 minutes from my house, so I think I'll probably join this week. I have like I said a little bit ago, I have my doctor's appointment for my shoulder tomorrow, and I'm hoping that he'll sign off on, sort of just like mentally, I'll ask him, sign off on me going to work out at the gym more, or at all. It's getting to be really nice weather around here, and I really wish that I could go out and do more stuff. It's, it's in the 80s today, and I have the air conditioning on for two reasons. One, because I was making French macarons, however, I don't speak French. And the humidity needs to be really low. And two, because in North Carolina we have really bad pine pollen, and I really I have allergies with it. I don't like it coating my house, because if I leave my windows open this time of year, everything in my house will look like I've gotten yellow powdered sugar everywhere. It's a real pain to clean up, so I'm just not doing it this year. So anyway, air conditioning on, even though it's gorgeous outside. I been really interested in the Instagram online community. I really love the YouTube community. I think it's really supportive, a lot more supportive than the YouTube. Most of the YouTube, no, let's try that again. YouTube's great. And I think it's a really supportive community. Much more supportive, I find, than the Facebook groups for the most part. I find the Facebook groups to be a lot of people to be very judgy, and that's really kind of frustrating. But the Instagram channels, groups are interesting because it is so instantaneous. So I posted like all my food things last week on there, and now I'm telling you about it 7 days after I did it there. So, if you're on Instagram or have any desire to be on Instagram, there's lots of good ways to find your group, or a group of people that you can relate to or talk to in kind of a visual way with text, instead of this being just a visual way, or Facebook just being a text to text way. Okay, anyway. I still probably prefer in-person support, and maybe that's because, I'm a child of the 80s and I'm not really all that tech savvy, and I don't really like texting people. I prefer even talking on the phone to people, or I really prefer talking in person, but I'd rather talk to people on the phone, hearing their voice, their inflection and everything, than do text. Hey, I'm old, whatever. Blue-haired old lady. So the other thing is, last week, after I posted my weekly update, I had posted a video talking about how I have somebody in my life who was trying to pass off their insecurities, their body insecurities onto me, and I had to talk with this person, and I think they understand that I am not insecure about it. I have not lost as much weight as they have, so my loose skin issues are not as severe or noticeable, I guess. But also, I don't have a problem with it. I don't have a problem with their loose skin. I don't have a problem with my loose skin. So I just have to deal. I think I still have to talk to them a little. I talked to them. They understood. They said they weren't going to judge me. They didn't even really remember saying the stuff that I told them that they did say. And then I kind of said, well, here's what you said. And they're like, oh, yeah, I kind of remember that, but I didn't mean it that way, which is what I thought, that they didn't. But, sometimes you just have to talk these things out. People, even support people in your life, I don't even think if they've had the same surgery as you, because everyone's different. If you are on this channel, you probably have watched other channels with VSG people, and you know that even of the people who had surgery the same week, or even 7 days apart, whatever, we are all at different levels. We started at different levels. We are going to end at different levels because we're different ages, different races, different size, different medical, height, size, different medical issues to start with, different goals, different gender orientation or identification, different genetics. Everything's different. So there's no one that is going to understand what you're going through precisely. They can get the gist of it. They can get the whole, you feel however you feel. There's tons of ways that we feel, and every day it seems to change. So, try to understand that your support people are going to be supportive, but they're just not going to be able to understand everything that you're talking about. They might be able to sympathize or empathize or whichever one that is, but they may not be able to understand exactly. So sometimes I think you just have to cut them a break. Maybe they just don't understand what you're talking about. Okay, anyway, that's it. I will come at you next week. I'm going to put the link to the ice cream, the sugar-free ice cream. It's so good. This is the third or fourth time I've made it, below. And once it's actually, because it's freezing, once I actually get it done, I will post a picture of it on Instagram. It's just going to look like a creamy white blob, but it's delicious. So hope everyone's well, hope everyone's great, and I will see you next week, and I love you. Bye.